Nikita Zadorov speaks out on the reason he left the Calgary Flames, as well as the Calgary Flames' inca defenseman in Mark Pysyk. I'll break all this down for you coming up on this episode of Hattrick HQ. But before we get into that, just want to say that 84.3% of you guys aren't subscribed. So if you're looking for a home to daily NHL content, look no further, go down below, hit that subscribe button, become part of the community here because we'll be here all season long, keeping you up to date on what's happening around the league. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, and that is the Flames Inc. Pysyk. And as we take a look here, the Calgary Flames have signed defenseman Mark Pysyk to a one-year, two-way deal with the AAV of $725K. The team announced today, as well. And quote from Craig Conroy here, the Flames GM. He says, "Mark is a right-shot defenseman who provides depth on the blue line for our organization. He is a very versatile player with significant NHL experience." And we also see here, shortly after signing Pysyk, the Flames placed him on waivers. So I mean, this is a guy that Calgary kind of brings in to replace a guy like Nikita Zadorov, who they lost out in that trade to Vancouver just a couple of days ago. He's a 31-year-old vet in Mark Pysyk, so I think this guy will come in, maybe play some third-line minutes, maybe be a seventh D-man. As we've seen, he was placed on waivers, so I'm expecting him to clear the waivers. He will be playing down in the AHL with the Wranglers. So hopefully, I mean, I think he played a couple of AHL games so far this season, but before that, he didn't play any games since the 21-22 season. So I really do hope that this guy can prove he's worth playing in the NHL again at 31 years of age. He could be a great role model for some of these younger guys to come up, play some third pairing minutes. I really do think he could help out this organization now where they're down at defense. And as we take a look at his stats here, over his NHL career, he did play with Buffalo back in 21-22. And as you see, this guy's more of a stay-at-home defender. He had 12 points in that campaign with Buffalo, alongside 85 blocks, 41 hits, and his career high, he had 123 blocks, 100 hits back in 17-18 with the Florida Panthers, where he played a full 82-game season. So like I said here, this guy is 31 years of age, a guy who you need to pick up here when you're losing a defender. I really do think that they could really give this guy a shot back there, probably on the third pairing, and I really do think he could help, kind of replace a guy like Nikita Zadorov, who they kind of have the same type of game. Nikita Zadorov's obviously a more aggressive player than Mark Pysyk, but I really do think they're both stay-at-home defenders, and it'd be just a great pickup here for Calgary to kind of replace this guy. It's not a guy who's going to go out there and shock the world or anything, but he'll be a great defenseman here on the third line for the Calgary Flames to shut down some of these plays entering the zone. So I really hope that this guy can pan out here in Calgary, get called up from the AHL, and get a few games in the NHL. We'll have to see what happens with Mark Pysyk here this year. But we're going to get into our second topic of the video today, and that is Zadorov speaks on leaving Calgary. And as we take a look here, Nikita Zadorov said in a press conference earlier today, he was asked about why he suddenly wanted out of Calgary. He said he haven't got a contract offer, and obviously the Calgary Flames did have a number of players who were UFAs this year trying to get extensions. So I mean, they can't re-sign everybody, but I really do think that it sucks for him that he didn't get a contract offer at all. And in his opinion, he don't want to stay with that organization because they haven't offered you a contract yet. They potentially won't offer you a contract. You might have to go into free agency next season. So wanting out, getting traded to a team like Vancouver who could really use this guy, a team who could extend him into next season as well after they get the Pettersson signing out. I really do think that this could happen. We'll see how he pans out here in Vancouver, and it'll be really interesting to see what they do with his contract. But you can't knock a guy for wanting out of a team who hasn't offered you a contract yet. I know they do have a number of guys that they need to sign a higher priority than Nikita Zadorov, so it only makes sense for him to want out, especially with the slow start to the year they had, and really hope he has a better rest of the year here in Vancouver. But we also did get another quote from him saying he was also asked if he wished his trade request had been handled privately, and he was once again frank with his response, "No, I'm happy where I'm at right now." So I mean, that's great that he ended up in a place where he wanted to. Didn't really say that he wanted to be handled privately. He kind of wanted it to be out there that he requested a trade. So I really do think that, it speaks volumes to the player he was. He wants out of that organization. They didn't offer him a contract. Didn't feel like they knew what he was worth, and now he's traded to a team like Vancouver, has a great shot at winning the Stanley Cup this year, and he could really make a name for himself here in this organization. And as we see a quote here from head coach Rick Tocchet of the Vancouver Canucks, he just says, Zadorov is more than just size. He says he's not just some big guy out there. He can do other aspects of a good defenseman. We're really excited about the trade. And obviously me and Mark on this channel have talked a lot about Nikita Zadorov. He's a great stay-at-home defenseman, has a great cannon of a shot back there from the blue line, I believe. Just last year, he scored 12 goals as a defenseman, so I really do think this is a great ad for Vancouver, a guy you can slot in there on your second pairing, and he can go out there, rip a few clap bombs from the point, go out, lay the body, be an aggressive player, a guy who's going to pick up for his teammates. So I'm really excited to see what this guy can do for Vancouver. I really think he's going to be a spark plug here for this team. He's going to go out there, he's going to lay the body, he's going to put it all on the line, blocking shots, and I really do think he's just going to have a phenomenal rest of the year now that he's out of Calgary and he's in his new home where he's going to be happy. But we also see here from Eric Francis, he says Zadorov was paired with Tyler Myers in the morning skate. So this line is really going to be interesting. I believe he makes his debut tonight. So if you're wondering about Nikita Zadorov, make sure to tune into the Vancouver Canucks game tonight. I really do think that's really going to be a fun one to watch, him with Tyler Myers. I mean, I wouldn't want to be out on the other end of the ice against these guys because you're just going to get leveled. It's going to be hard to enter the zone. They're going to make it hard on you every time you're going up against these defenders, and it's really going to be a fun one to watch. Can't wait to see him make his debut here in Vancouver, and I really hope that Zadorov can have a great rest of the year now that all this rumors and all this stuff is behind him. Just focus it all on hockey and focus on an extension coming up and really prove what he's worth in the league so he can get a contract going into next season. But like I said here, I really do think that this is great to hear from him saying, he hasn't been offered a contract and that's the reason he wanted to leave. It wasn't anything else internally. So, I mean, it's just something personal between him and his agent, and they just wanted out to a team that, knows his worth, knows what he can do for a franchise, know what he can do for a contending team, and hopefully he can get extended here in Vancouver this year and help this team push forward toward a Stanley Cup. I'm really excited to see what he can do. But let me know down in the comment section below, what do you think about Zadorov's comments here? What do you think about this trade? Obviously, we did cover this a couple days ago, but I'd like to hear your guys' overall thoughts on this. Now a couple days removed, him going into his first game tonight. What do you guys expect? Let me know. But we're going to get into everybody's favorite topic here, and that is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to our boy Patrick G Mafia, day one supporter here on the channel. Shout out to you, Pat G, for always showing love down in the comment section. He says the Canucks rinsed the Flames, A+ grade for Vancouver. Zadorov for dudes who may never play in the league. And I know rinsed may be a bit of a harsh word here. I really do think that Calgary didn't really have an option. They needed to get rid of this guy. He did request a trade, so you had to get the best for what they could. I mean, he was traded to Calgary for a third back when he was traded there when Treliving was the GM of Calgary Flames. So I really do think getting a third and a fifth is a little bit more than what you get for this guy, and now they have room to sign a guy like Pysyk like they did today. So I'm really excited for Calgary. Hopefully they can retool now, kind of pick up the slack a little bit, have a great rest of this season and see what they can do from here. But obviously, like I said, with Vancouver, they're one of the best Canadian teams right now. I really do think that they have one of the best chances between them and the Toronto Maple Leafs to bring a cup back to Canada. So I'll be rooting for them all season long. Can't wait to see what Zadorov does here. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 3,000 subscribers before Christmas, so give us an early Christmas gift. Go down, hit that subscribe button if you're not already. But if you enjoy the NHL, make sure to check this video that's popping up on your screen right now. Well, saying that, I've been your host, KC. Keep your stick on the ice.